Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Jeannie. It's Jeannie Signatures. So today we'll be making this beautiful flare gown or circle gown. It's a high-low. The front is low and the back is longer than the front. That is why it's called high-low. It's a shirt gown too. It has a collar, and there's a way I did the front parts. I didn't really do the button from up to down. I closed up some parts and then added button like halfway. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end. Hit on the like button, the subscribe button, and then please kindly share. Thank you all. This material is a flowered material, so please just take your time to watch it very well and you understand every step that I made while making the video. It's quite flowery, but it came out beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. I loved it. So it's because I made it for myself. So it's very, very beautiful. So please kindly watch till the end. Thank you all. Thank you. So I'll be going right into the cotton proper. So yes, I have my fabric on the table already. As you can see, it's very flowery. That's why I had to look for white chalk to use so that at least it will be seen. So you need to fold your fabric in a bias form. You see the way I held one side and then flipped it over. So it will be like a triangle. Is it triangle? Yeah, triangle, rectangle, triangle. I'm not good in mathematics. Anyone that it is, please just fold it in a bias form. So that is what I'm trying to fold. And this tutorial is very, very beginner friendly. Yeah. I already have a tutorial on how to make a circle gown on my channel. So if you feel like this tutorial did not really do justice or you didn't see it very well because of this flowered pattern, please kindly watch that on my channel, how to make a circle gown with exaggerated sleeves. That one you will see everything very well. The only difference between the two is the shirt, because this is a shirt, that other one was not a shirt. So, and there's a way I'm going to be doing the shirt, the button laps. I'm not going to be drafting it directly, because if it were to be, some people they'll just mark out like 2 inches all the way down before imputing their measurements, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be cutting exactly as it is like this, and then I'll be adding my button flaps or buttonholes later. I'll be joining it. So now what I'm doing is dividing my shoulder measurement into two, and then I'm getting where it is on that folded fabric. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to divide my shoulder measurement into two, and then I'll mark it. Basically, what I'm going to be doing right now is just as if I'm cutting a basic body. So if you know how to cut a basic body, please just go ahead and mark your shoulder, your armhole, your bust measurement, your curve, your armhole curve, and then you connect everything together. This style is a very, very easy DIY for even if you have never made any clothes for yourself. Please, you can just go right ahead and try this out, and it will definitely look beautiful. So now I'm going for my neck width. I'm making use of 2 3/4, and that is what I'm marking, because it's a shirt, so you don't really need the neck width to be too wide. But at the end of the day, after joining everything together, if you feel like it's too tight, you can adjust it. So it's better for it to be small so that you can adjust, than for it to be too big and then you've spoiled your clothes. So I've come down from my shoulder slope by 1 inch. So that is what I'm connecting to my neckline, my neck width. And then I'll carve out the neck depth, which I made 3 inches for the front and 1 inch for the back, respectively. So that is me getting my armhole. And so I'll be coming down by 9 inches. So whatever yours is, it can also be known as a chest line. So I'm just going to be connecting that, and that is where I'll be marking my bust measurement divided by 4. So this is a shirt, it's not supposed to be tight. So if you get a bust measurement, whatever you want, allowance you want for it to be free with, you can add to that before you add your sewing allowance, or you add it with the sewing allowance, so that by the time you're joining the sides, you know how much you're left with to join your side seams. So for mine, I added 2 inches extra after dividing my bust measurement by 4. So I ended up using 1 inch for my seam allowance. So that means I added 1 inch for ease for my clothes. So that entirely depends on you. So now I'm connecting my armhole curve, and I'm going to be connecting both the front and the back at the same time so that it will be easy for me when I'm cutting it out. So that is what I just did. And so the next thing I'm going to be doing right about now is just to get the length of the gown. So remember I told you this is going to be a high-low gown. So the front is going to be shorter than the back. So for the front piece, I'm going to be measuring 38 inches. And so I'll be placing my tape on my shoulder. That is where I marked my shoulder line divided by 2, my shoulder measurement divided by 2. So I'm going to be placing it like so, and then I'll be marking all the way around to get my 38 inches in form of a flare. So this is going to be a full flare circle. If you don't want yours to be as full as mine, you can just go ahead and reduce that fold. As in when you are folding it in a bias form, you can just reduce it. You won't allow it to get to the other end of the clothes. But mine, I want it to be full. So that was why I folded everything. So basically we are cutting the front part first, and then we'll be cutting the back after cutting the front, so that we'll use the front as a template for the back. So that is what I'm trying to do right about now. You can see that the material could not get to the length in some places, but I'll be making up for that later by just joining that part that could not get to the length of the top gown. Yeah, I'll make it up later. I'll just cut a piece and then join it. So now for here, some people will have different methods in which you can achieve this flare circle. So anyone that is suitable for you, please kindly do that. If some people, they'll put their tape at the edge of the folded material, the folded fabric, and then mark whatever they have all the way around. If that is what you want, please kindly go ahead. We all come back in the same we get to the same junction. So even if you enter motor from Delta or from Ibadan or from Ijebu or whatever, Ogun State, we all get to Lagos. We all get to the same destination. That is what I'm trying to say. So irrespective of any design or method you use, we all come back to the same way. Yeah. So I'm just trying to cut it right about now. I just cut it out. So we are basically through with the front. So I'm just trimming it out. I'm cutting out the back neckline and then the back armhole first, so that I'll use this to cut out the front and then adjust this one to be the front, because for the back, because I was managing my fabric, I didn't have enough fabric, but I wanted to make this style, so I ended up cutting exactly the same thing, which you would see later before I will go ahead to explain more, so that you won't be confused. Or yeah, so now I'm cutting out the sides, the extras. Yeah, so we have our front piece, or should I say back piece for now. So now I'm going to be folding my fabric again, and then I'm going to be cutting out something like this. So it's already folded. So as you can see, I'm just going to be cutting out exactly what I have here. Sorry, if you have enough fabric for this, please, I would advise that you fold very well so that you can extend the length for the back piece. But because my fabric is not going to be enough, so I ended up cutting out exactly what I have in the front for my back piece. So what I'm going to be doing later is I'm going to be cutting another piece, a longer piece, and then join it at that part to make it up for the length for the back. Please note, if you have enough fabric, please just extend the length of that one by the inches you want so that it will be longer. But for mine, I don't have enough fabric. I'm trying to manage the fabric. That is why I ended up like that. Thank you. So I'm trimming out the shoulders, and so that is it. So yes, I have the same piece for the front and back for now. So I'm just going to be adjusting later. I did that off camera. I'll be adjusting the armhole and the neckline so that we'll know the front and the back. So I'm going to be joining extras to those places that were left uncovered, like the length could not match up to it. I'm going to be taking it to the sewing machine. I'll be joining extras to make up for the length of the fabrics. So I'll be right back to show you how it ended up. Yeah. So yes, I've gone ahead to join those pieces to the back piece and then a little to the front piece to make up for the length that I couldn't, and I've gone ahead to trim out the I was trying to adjust my camera because it's kind of shifted, so to speak. Yeah, so that was what happened there. So I've gone ahead to trim out the necklines and then the armhole for the front, and then I've gone ahead to join the pieces to make up for the length. So the only thing left for me now is to make sure that the side seams of the front and the back pieces are the same. So I'm just going to be slanting it a little bit into the length at the back. I don't know if you get me, but please just kind of watch very well. So you can see that that back piece is longer than the front piece. This material is so flowered that if you don't look at it very well, you won't see. So what I basically want to do now is just to make sure that the side seams or the length by the side is the same thing. The other parts can be longer because that is where the main eye low comes into place, but the side seams has to match. So that is what I'm trying to cut. I didn't know my camera was not really capturing that, so please pardon me for that. So that is what I was trying to explain, and I want to cut it out. So that is how I just cut it out and then slanted it like so. The most important thing is for the side seams to match. Every other place can be long, so you can see I lifted the front piece and then you can see the difference. So that was what I was trying to explain right there. This material is very flowery, flower. That was why, even though my material was not enough, that was why I ended up using a plain material for the sleeve so that at least it would show. Because if not, everything would just be the same and all. So yes, this is the back piece. Obviously, as you can see, it's longer. You can see where I joined it. And this is the front piece. So for the front piece now, what I'm going to be doing that I'll be keeping the back piece aside, and then for the front piece we need to get where our buttons will be. So I'm just going to be folding the front piece into two. I'll keep the back aside for now. Yes, so I'll be folding the front piece into two, and then I'll be slitting it open because that is where our button overlap is going to be, because I didn't cut it together with the material, so I just want to cut and then join it to it. Yes, so that's another way you can make your button overlaps. Yeah, so I'll be slitting that open. And so I'm getting the length of that, and I think the length was 36 inches, so that I'll know how long I'm going to be cutting the band, because it will be like a band that I'll be cutting out to make up for the button flap. So I've gotten some of my materials that is left, and so I'll be folding that into two. I folded it 6 inches on fold. Yes, 6 inches on fold. So after everything, no, on fold I folded 3 inches. 3 inches on fold. Yeah, sorry about that. I folded it 3 inches, so I have three inches in two places, so that when I fold each it will be 1.5. So I used half an inch to join it to the one piece, so that at the end of the day I'll be left with 1 inch. So it's 1 inch on both sides for the button overlap. I believe you understand me. That is what I'm trying to cut out. I didn't know my camera was equally not capturing that. Sorry, but I'm going to be showing you the pieces right about now. So this is what I have cut out. So each piece is 3 inches. So but when it's unfold, it's going to be 1.5 inches. So I'm splitting it into two. So on fold it was 3 inches. So when you separate them, it will be 3 inches each for each strap. So I have two pieces here. So one for each. I'm going to be separating them so that you understand what I mean. So I'll be taking one for each side. I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be running it. So you fold it into two like so, and then you place it on one side of the shirt that was slitted into two like so, and then you run half an inch all the way down. Whatever you do on this side, you're going to repeat it on the other side, and then we have our button overlaps. So I'll be taking it to the sewing machine now, and I'll be right back to show you what I did. So after everything I've done it, I've gone ahead to add it to the separate button. So that is what I'm trying to show you. You can see it's very easy. We have our button overlap on both sides ready. So that is it. You just place one top on the other like that, and that's it. So for this tutorial, I didn't want to use a button from the top to the bottom of the shirt, because I've had experiences of even when you put your buttons when you're walking, it can open. Though this is a flare dress, it might not open. But in order to avoid any unforeseen occurrences, I decided to close up from the length of the gown to almost the half length. I closed it up on the side, like I flipped one side of the button over the other side of the button flap, and then ran a stitch on top, and then stopped midway. So from that midway to the neck or the nape of the shirt, I'm going to be putting buttons, but from the middle down is going to be closed. So that was what I did for mine. I don't know if you would want to do that, but anything that goes for you, please kindly go ahead and do it. So right about now, I'm going to be joining my shoulders, and I'm going to be using 1/2 inch to join my shoulders together. After joining my shoulders, I'll be running the stitches, the sewing allowances for the side seams, and then do what I did for the middle where the button overlap is going to be, like I explained earlier, and then I'll be right back to show you the next step. So I've gone ahead to do all that, and then our cloth is coming out beautiful. So I've joined my shoulders, I've joined the side seams. I used 1 inch for my side seam, so whatever your side seam allowances, please kindly use. Then you close it up like that, and then you can see the middle parts. You'll see that you are not even seeing any difference again, because I've gone ahead to run the stitch on it, placed it on top of each other, and then run a stitch. You can see where my stitch stopped, so that is where my stitch stops, and from there place the neck line. I'm going to be leaving it open because I will be putting a button there. If I like, I may even put a press button, something that will not be visible. Yeah, I think that is what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I'll be using a press button for that. Yes. So now for the collar, I already have a tutorial on how to make a collar on my last video before the patch pocket. I uploaded a video on how to make a shirt. The tutorial is well detailed, so I won't repeat making a collar here, so that the video will not be lengthy. So I skipped that and I did it offline because I already have a tutorial on how to do that. So I'll be back to show you when after I've fixed the collar. So yes, I've gone ahead to fix my collar, but for this collar I later changed my collar stand to plain color, to color black, because I ended up using plain material for the sleeves, so I wanted something that would go along with it instead of only the sleeves to be black. So I later loosened it and then used for my collar stand I used a plain fabric. So I did that off camera anyways, so I'll be back to show you after I'd fixed it and all, so that you see how it came out. And then for my sleeves, I just went ahead and just cut out the basic sleeve. The only thing I did was that I used a plain and pattern for both sides, and it came out beautiful. So you can see my color standard. I later changed it to a plain color so that it would reflect the sleeves that I have on the hand, something to go with it, instead of only the sleeves to have that black pattern. So that was why I changed the color stand to black. So now it has something to complement it with. So this is the end of the tutorial. If you find this video helpful, please kindly hit on the like, subscribe, and please kindly share so that people would understand and enjoy the video. I equally went ahead to fold the lower hem. If you feel like you can't really fold a flare, the lower part of a flare easily, please, the best thing to do is to just cut out a bias strip, or you use the bias strip of the color of that cloth and then use it. It makes the work neater, because if you say you should fold it half inch, my sister, it will not come out neat. It will come out rumpled. So the best bet is just to use the material you cut out as a bias, or you use a bias that will go with the color of the fabric that you just made. Thank you all. I hope this tutorial has been helpful. Thank you. God bless you all. And then see you on my next tutorial. Bye.